When those substitutions were made, the earlier ones, Federico, didn't England look more energetic? They seemed to come alive a little bit more, having the fresh blood on. Should have been a sign maybe more substitutions needed to be made, at least in an earlier stage of extra time.
I agree. I agree with Tom. I agree with you. Rashford and Sancho could go in earlier, of course. If you don't have the possession, if you don't dominate the match, the last opportunity chance that to be dangerous and then counter-attack. And Sancho and Rashford, they are very, very strong in counter-attack. And then Italy was tired because Di Lorenzo is tired, because Emerson was tired. So you have to put in earlier, of course, 100%. And then if you put a player in just to kick the penalty 1 minute before, you can imagine the pressure that you have when you have on the penalty shot. You know, is your first or second ball that you touch on the match in a final, and you're young, because Rashford is a young player and Sancho is too young. So you have a lot of pressure in London, in your country. You can decide a title. I think it's not good. Also psychologically, the choice that Southgate made. Just not tactic, but psychologically, it's very hard. They say, okay, go and shoot the penalty and win. It's very hard. I say to my child, they was together with me, and they say, Rashford and Sancho, I'm pretty sure they missed the penalty. Because psychologically, it's very hard. And this is what I think Southgate missed. Tactically, yes, but during the extra time, it was very difficult for both teams to change a match, to have opportunity. You know, maybe both teams say, okay, let's go to the penalty. But you put in 10 minutes before, leave it play on the match with more confidential, because your first or second ball is the decisive penalty. It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. Everybody can miss the penalty if you have in this kind of situation. So this is what, for me, more than tactically, Southgate miss.
Yeah, it's great.
You know, the big thing with that as well, sorry, it's not as if you're bringing in bad players that can only take a penalty. They're actually good players, like in a normal game of Villa, you know what I mean? So it's not as if they're going to weaken the team if you bring them in say with 15 minutes to go, to let them get a feel and get up to speed with the tempo of the game, get a touch of the ball, so they're not. It's not, as Federico said, if it's your first or second touch and you've got to shoot a penalty against a giant in the goal in front of 60,000 fans, it's difficult. Yeah. There's a lot of pressure anyway, so to add more pressure on that without touching the ball is very difficult.